I'm really good at a few things. One of them is spotting out frauds, phonies, charlatans, etc. Today's episode of Jubilee is gonna show us 5 black belts and 2 fakes, and I gotta figure out who the fakes are. Let's get started. Yeah, well, we know she's a black belt. Listen, you don't have those skills. You're not spinning around with a dagger unless you're the real deal. For real. The blue hair, not really my thing, but the scream, the kia, the energy transfer is black belt material. There's no doubt about that.
We brought together 7 black.
She's got to show off. I mean, we get it. We get it. You're a black belt. We know she's not a fraud. That kind of dexterity in the hamstring region, that's posterior chain situation is on a whole nother level.
My name's Andre. I've been training for 8 years. I do Taekwondo.
I'm Jessica, and I also do Taekwondo for about a decade, more than that.
My name's Keith Hudson, and I've been training for 6 years now in Karate and Taekwondo.
Does anyone do a real martial art here or what? I'm just kidding. Taekwondo is good. I'm just kidding around. Good for kids or whatever.
And I do Kaju Kimbo. I came on here to bring representation to the style.
Adriana, been doing it for 15 years. Taekwondo.
Taekwondo.
My name is Anthony Cruz, and I've been doing Jiu Jitsu for about 10 years.
Yeah, Jiu Jitsu gang. Wow, here, blue shirt, tallest guy in the group. Definitely balancing out the room. Jiu Jitsu, #1.
Played a lot of fighting games as a kid. So I'd be hitting stuff.
Those punches, you saw those punches? He ain't a black belt.
My dad was a black belt. I got indoctrinated when I was 5. Go.
My dad put me in it to learn self-defense.
I loved MMA and the UFC. I want to have a better understanding of it, so I got into Jiu Jitsu.
See, that's an origin story that I can get behind. Most people that got into Jiu Jitsu were turned on by it from Royce Gracie, the UFC, etc. It's either really, really well rehearsed or this is the real deal. This guy's the real deal.
Felt like Anthony was suspicious because the way he was instigating the conversation.
Now, you don't want to say, oh, she doesn't look like a black belt, because black belts come in all shapes and sizes. She's on my radar. Let's just say that. I want to see her hit a spinning hook kick. Racist.
I'm not going to throw it. Don't worry.
Okay, all right, all right.
Oh, did you see that behind the back trick? Black belt. That's black belt level technique. What I'm telling you is you could be a ballerina and have similar dexterity and fluidity in your movement, but to be able to snap your kicks midair like that, that's trained. That's a real deal Holyfield situation right there. That cheek came out of her. You can see the fire flames just exploding out of her face right there. The girl in the background. Far left real quick.
Let's go!
She's sitting in the corner going, I can't compete with that. Okay. Not for none. The Kia was legitimate. Good, smooth form. Not reminiscent of Taekwondo, though. She's living within her means, as they say.
Her form seemed kind of basic.
Yeah, for real. That's like the first leg you learn in Taekwondo.
So I'm going to talk as if I'm teaching a normal class. Can you come into, this is called a guard in Jiu Jitsu.
Because Jiu Jitsu is a really functional art, there's no theatrical movements that are going to sell you on the art. What I'm going to show you is how to strangle someone, armbar someone. But in Jiu Jitsu, you can be a damn good triangle artist or an armbar artist, for instance, and still not be a black belt. So this is tricky.
So you do a triangle choke. It's a very fundamental process, but you use it from white to black belt.
He showed a jiu-jitsu move, and it seemed very rehearsed. And it was something that anyone could essentially learn that if they went to a couple classes or trained a little bit in jiu-jitsu.
Boom, and I lock up here. And now I have my leg across the neck, pull the head down and pitch my hips up, and that's it. And if he doesn't tap, he goes to sleep in 6 seconds.
Not the greatest teacher, but that doesn't mean he's not a black belt. There's a lot of black belts in jiu-jitsu that aren't necessarily the most articulate in terms of their teaching. Is this the same guy that was being used for the triangles? They just hired this guy to get his ass kicked all episode. Ooh, spinning back kick.
Oh, now the hair. He's gone. Good.
I love the added sound effects too. It adds to the effect big time. That's coming out of your pay. Bro, you better break this. All that, the stretching of the lat muscle, the big kia at the end. He doesn't even get through one of the boards. You're not a black belt. Took him 2 goes. No one should be clapping in the background.
Even though it's super impressive, I have a lot of friends that have learned how to staff spin, saber spin, are stunt actors, but they're not black belts.
He just did a basic demonstration, and he even used the words, everyone uses this.
Adriana and the other guy are going after each other. I sense a little bit of tension. I don't know what's going on the set here.
From white belt all the way up to black belt. Did I think he did jiu-jitsu? Absolutely. Did I think he was a black belt? No.
But she wouldn't know because she doesn't train jiu-jitsu. They're feeling threatened by his height. He's got height on the room. And this is what you're seeing here.
Do we clap? Oh.
Because I have respect for you. I am the mole.
What?
Huh? What?
He can't be around women. As soon as the other guy left, his balls just went right into his neck.
I am not a black belt. Not yet.
This is the worst mole in Jubilee history.
But I want to be. And I don't feel comfortable deceiving any of you guys.
You're literally brought on the show for that purpose, to deceive people.
I humbly apologize. And I'm sorry for deceiving you guys.
How are you apologizing for something that you signed up for in the first place?
So I kind of suspected it because you're super martial arts nerd. I don't mean that in like a bad way, but I was like, he's...
She just played him 100%. He was hoping maybe if I come clean on being a mole, she'll like dig me and maybe we'll go out or something like that. We'll do a little Zoom date. She just killed him. She just, yes, quick, killed him real fast. He's out of there.
So where are you at now?
He's a virgin is what he is.
Got my first advanced belt. I needed to turn my life around and...
Get him off my stage. It's a trap. That's what this is all intentional. He's doing the crocodile tears. He's tried the bow wow thing. That didn't work. They all started making fun of him. He's just completely emasculating himself until someone just pays attention to him and gives him some kind of love. Look at the arm. Look at the arm. He's like, yes. I can just picture him just open his eyes staring at the camera. I've done it.
I wanted to be honest. I felt it here.
You are an honest person. You're playing a role. If Denzel goes on set for a movie, he doesn't just stop in the middle of his act and go, I'm really Denzel.
The only reason I want to continue is you did say like, oh, I haven't, as soon as I mentioned like sidekick technique, you're like, oh, I haven't done it in a long time, so I don't know.
Honestly, I could never even do a sidekick.
The form with...
She was definitely on my radar from the beginning. Her form looked a little bit, like we said, basic, but I was kind of calling around on that. I don't know if she was a legit black belt. Listen, no matter what, if you're a black belt and that's your thing, is dancing around and showing people you can move, you got to be at least good at that, right?
It's like a very basic kind of color belt form, because, and in Taekwondo, like...
in my studio, it's 2nd degree.
Wait, what's your style though?
My style? Oh, shoot. Like, honestly, like...
What Stylia? What do you know? This is a form of classism, but amongst martial artists.
I just think when Victoria asked you what style you did, it did take you a while to respond, because it's just right away, oh, I do Hapkido. If you're a black belt, you can easily explain how to do a side kick.
I agree with that. That's a fact.
Right? But my kick was never as good as...
No, it doesn't matter the height. As long as you can...
It's like muscle memory.
Okay.
Not for nothing. The girl in blue hair was like, that was you're not a black belt. For me, I was impressed with that side kick. She chambered the knee nice. I'm with it.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is really just like...
Oh, the punches are easy. The punches, you can always win with the punches, right? Because it's just so basic, right?
Like there's people that I've met that are literally like, they're blind, they're paralyzed, whatever. Not to be like offensive or anything.
Well, you're being offensive because we know you're the best in the room and we know you got blue hair. And you're doing the whole thing now where you're going, blind people can do this, like anyone. So she's shaming blind people. She's shaming the girl. She's a real elitist. She's a real Taekwondo elitist.
I felt bad because like we attacked Jessica, but I asked her what martial arts style she did and she like stuttered and she didn't know. And I was like, isn't that why we're here?
That is a red flag. She didn't make it easy for the other players, so I kind of get where these girls are coming from.
If the lights turn green, that means you have voted out the mole and you win.
We know the one guy for sure was obviously because he broke down and he was a complete like a mess. He was crying all over the place. Now the other person, who would that be? Obviously the jiu-jitsu guy, I'm rocking with him. I felt like he was probably a black belt. There we go. Probably either the first guy or the girl. That's what I'm going for. Those are going to be my votes.
Please step forward and reveal yourselves in 3, 2, 1.
And I know there's a lot of resentment coming from a young lady over here because she's going, you judge me on my forums, you judge me on other things we may not want to get into. But the fact of the matter is, I'm a real black belt and you can shove it.
They want to like.
No. He's trying to make up for those horrible shadow boxing at the beginning. He's like, I'm a man, I'm a real man, I'm a man.
Dude, I want to see his demo. Hey.
I've seen that in a lot of martial arts. What's up with hitting your shoe? Are you trying to get like off your shoe? Trying to get a little bit of debris off your heel?
Hey.
Cheating on a split. His ass is back, his head's coming forward, his groin is screaming right now. Okay, that's been my first video of Jubilee. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who did you pick to be the fake and the fraud? Like I said, I was sort of leaning towards either the first guy who did the fake split or the young lady. That's who I was kind of going for. And the other guy who just completely broke down, I think his name was Keith. That was just bugged out. If you guys want to cop the merch, Streets of Ruthless merch, you can cop that. The link is going to be not just in the description, but also in the pinned comment below. Leave a like, it helps the algorithm. Subscribe, you know how it goes down. I also have playlists that actually teach you martial arts, whether it's wall wrestling, MMA, jiu-jitsu. There's a little bit of boxing, Muay Thai in there as well, so make sure you check out my playlist and stay tuned for weekly episodes.